Hi, my name's Rob, and I'm here to talk to you about fake news. Have you ever wondered what the difference is between fake news and, well, just biased news, or propaganda and opinionated news? Well, this video will explain all of that and more. The term fake news is being blasted from media outlets and politicians alike. The term is often used incorrectly in an attempt to dismiss inconvenient information. Let's take a look at some other sources of information that you might run into so that you know the difference. Fake news. The topic seems to be everywhere. In fact, one dictionary made it word of the year. The definition? Disinformation and hoaxes published on websites for political purposes or to drive web traffic. The incorrect information being passed along by social media. Now, this is a very updated definition of fake news, and in a way, fake news is as old as news itself. If we wanted a literal definition, fake news would simply be news based on a lie. However, the modern term means much, much more. Let's look at some other sources of news and information to compare and contrast them. Propaganda. Propaganda is similar to fake news because its goal is to promote a political cause. Propaganda and fake news have many similarities but differences as well. Fake news can be propaganda, and propaganda can be based off of fake news. However, it doesn't necessarily have to be. The two can also be independent of each other. Opinionated news. Opinionated news dominates modern news. Back in the day when people used newspapers, they were called op-eds. The author would give a strong take on some local or national topic. This style translated to television shows. These shows became popular with 24-hour news stations. Now, I have no statistic to support it, but I would wager the majority of news you see on the internet or on your Facebook feed would be considered opinion-based, or back in the newspaper days, an op-ed article. It is not fake news, and it isn't necessarily a poor source. You just have to know that it could be biased in the way facts are presented. Conspiracy. The internet is a great source of conspiracy theory content. But whatever the topic, the general theme revolves around a secret plan by a group to do something harmful. The group usually consists of people in power. Sometimes conspiracy theories are based on politicians, political parties, or governments. And in this context, they might be considered fake news. However, fake news is a targeted attempt to sway opinion, so that goal would need to be proven. Sensationalism. Sensationalism can be thought of as tabloid news. The topics usually involve interpersonal relationships of Hollywood stars. The journalistic integrity is low, and pages generally consist of many pictures taken by paparazzi photographers. Tabloids don't often venture into politics, but the subject does seem to be playing an increasing role in content. Social media. With rapid advancements in communication abilities, the spread of fake news has exploded. Before the internet, there were things called chain letters. With the advent of the internet, this was carried over to emails. People would be put on lists, and mass chain emails were sent making fictional claims. Today, spreading fake news is as easy as clicking share or retweeting. Most people didn't care. In the past, most people did not come into contact with conspiracy theories or fake news. Opinion pieces were not the emphasis of news reporting. However, things are different today. The topic of fake news entered mainstream consciousness in the 2016 presidential race. Fake news is so important today because people like Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, and their respective political parties discussed it and politicized it. When we say fake news in 2017, we don't necessarily mean a news story based in lies or fictional accounts. The term has become so politically charged and has been applied to perceived mainstream media bias or to dismiss non-mainstream media sources of information. This example shows two opposite definitions. Now, fake news does exist, and it is important to identify. However, it is equally important to understand what fake news is not, so that valid sources of information are not dismissed. Now, if you like this video, be sure to click the thumbs up button, and if you'd like to learn more, please subscribe. Thank you for watching.